The podcast episode titled, Prison Update on the Tiger King Joe Exotic, discusses the case of Joe Exotic, the central figure in the popular Netflix series, Tiger King. The speaker, Michael, begins by expressing his views on various social issues, including LGBTQ+ rights, transgender issues, and the media's influence on public opinion. He emphasizes the importance of personal responsibility and parental involvement in educating children about identity, sexuality, and politics. Michael goes on to state that he is gay and has a husband, but that he is against the education of young children about gender identity and transgender issues. He argues that children should be educated by their parents and that decisions regarding gender identity should be made by adults who fully understand the consequences. He also expresses his admiration for J.K. Rowling, who has spoken out against certain aspects of the transgender movement. Michael criticizes the media for manipulating public opinion and spreading false narratives. He argues that the media often presents a biased and distorted view of reality, leading people to question their own beliefs and values. He also highlights the dangers of censorship and the suppression of free speech, particularly in relation to misgendering laws and the criminalization of certain viewpoints. The discussion then shifts to Joe Exotic's case specifically. Michael explains that Joe was convicted for attempting to have his rival, Carole Baskin, killed. However, he claims that witnesses in the case have since come forward and admitted to giving false testimony, alleging that they were coerced or bribed by entertainment and government officials. Michael suggests that Joe's conviction was based on fabricated evidence and that he is a victim of corruption within the justice system. He further argues that Joe's imprisonment is a result of his outspokenness and his fight against corruption. They criticize the justice system for silencing those who speak the truth and for protecting the elite. They draw parallels between Joe's case and other high-profile cases involving powerful individuals, such as Prince Andrew's alleged involvement in the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. Michael continues by calling for a revolution against the current state of society, urging people to stand up for truth and fight against corruption. He emphasizes the need for individuals to question the narratives presented by the media and to reclaim their freedom. He also highlights the importance of accountability and responsibility in human interactions. Michael expresses concern for Joe's health and well-being, stating that he is not receiving proper treatment and nutrition for his prostate cancer. He criticizes the American prison system, likening it to human trafficking, where prisoners are seen as a source of profit. Michael emphasizes that regardless of Joe's status as a criminal, he still deserves basic human rights and care. He highlights the inhumane conditions Joe is subjected to in solitary confinement, where he has minimal human contact and lacks mental and emotional stimulation. This treatment is driving Joe to the edge of a mental and emotional breakdown, which will ultimately affect his physical health. Regarding Joe's campaign for the presidency, Michael explains that Joe is running for office from prison, which is constitutionally allowed in the United States. He acknowledges that while the campaign provides exposure to Joe's case, it is not merely a publicity stunt. Joe genuinely believes he can make a difference and bring about positive change. Michael criticizes the media for largely ignoring Joe's campaign, disrupting the established narrative and not aligning with typical campaign promises. Michael discusses Joe's plans for the future, stating that if he is released from prison, Joe wants to live a normal life. However, Joe's fame from the Tiger King documentary will make it difficult for him to have a completely normal life. He suggests that Joe may spend a significant amount of time outside of the United States, as he is loved by people around the world. Michael addresses the perception of Joe as portrayed in the documentary, arguing that it focused on the flamboyant and controversial aspects of his personality while neglecting to show his generous and caring side. Michael describes Joe as a giving person who would often help others, even at the expense of his own well-being. Regarding the tragic incident where a young man accidentally shot himself, Michael explains that it was a result of stress and anxiety, rather than intentional self-harm. He believes that the stress caused by business struggles and the actions of Joe's rival, Carole Baskin, contributed to the accident. In terms of the future of Tiger King, Michael suggests that there may be more seasons if Joe is released from prison. However, he criticizes other characters from the show, such as Jeff Lowe, for making false claims about future seasons. He also mentions that it is unlikely Joe will be able to rebuild his zoo due to legal restrictions. Michael concludes by emphasizing the importance of supporting Joe and encouraging people to write him letters while he is in prison. He believes that hearing from supporters can lift Joe's spirits and provide him with encouragement. Michael also expresses his hope that Joe will eventually be released from prison, either through a pardon or a reduction in his sentence, so that he can live a peaceful life. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.